and welcome back to the channel where it is time for May's pickups. Now the first thing is, yes, I'm wearing my glasses, and that's simply because it's boiling hot and my eyes are absolutely frazzled, so I put my glasses on. Yep, I might not look as good, but you know what, it's more comfortable for my eyesight. Now, into the games, we're going to start the month with two games that I bought from the Game Collection website. Now, if you've never been on their website, it's actually really good, and a lot of the games on there are cheaper than other websites. They don't have the biggest range on there, to be fair, but they do sell all the current systems and, you know, PS4, Xbox, you know, Series 1 as well. It's like last gen, I guess you want to call those. They do have games listed in the 3 for £10 offer and a 2 for £15 offer. Now, the two games in here are listed in their 2 for £15 offer, but every time I tried adding games to my basket, it wouldn't take the promo off. Now, I emailed them about this and they said, oh, we'll look into it. Didn't hear anything back. Thought, you know what, I'm going to buy them because I was worried one of these potentially might not stay in that offer, or they might actually sell out of it potentially. So I bought them anyway. It didn't take the saving off. I emailed them and they said, oh, there's a problem with the website. None of these offers aren't working, sorry. They didn't actually reimburse me the difference. So, you know, they said it's been a long-term technical issue. Well, if it's that long-term, they should just delete the offers off the website because it's kind of misleading. But anyway, I'm not complaining because for $9.99 each, that's how much both of these games were, they're still worth it. The first game is a game that I've meant to buy since it came out way back, I think in February 2018, believe it or not. So yeah, 7 years or so. And that's a remake of a Super Nintendo game, and it is Secret of Mana. Yes, this is only $9.99 new now. It's £15 secondhand at CEX. So buying it new, I save £5. Now, games like this, obviously RPGs are my cup of tea, and I'm just kind of stocking up on ones that I've meant to buy or meant to play now, because give it a year or so, I should have more free time on my hands to be able to actually finally play through some. I've always thought this one looked interesting. I've never played the original game on the Super Nintendo either, so I thought, you know what, I will get the 3D remake. I don't know how good it's supposed to be. I've never watched any reviews for it at all, believe it or not, in the 7 years since it came out. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go at some point in the future. So for $9.99, I think that's a bargain. Now, the next one is not even a standard edition. It's called the Chosen Edition, and it's one of my most favourite games ever made, ever. And I already own the redone version of it on the PS3, but when I saw the Chosen Edition was in this 2 for £15 offer, I thought, oh, well, that's amazing, but I didn't get it at that price. I still paid $9.99 for it, and I'm fine with that because it is Tales of Symphonia remastered. Now, the Chosen Edition comes with, looks like a steel book, so maybe some stickers and a few other bits inside here. So that is pretty cool, to be fair. $9.99 new. I don't actually know how much Tales of Symphonia, the standard version, is secondhand at CEX. I think the last time I looked, it was around about £12, and that's just the standard edition. I'm assuming there's a standard edition, because obviously this is Chosen Edition. I can't imagine they all came out as this one. So I'm actually really looking forward to playing this yet again. Obviously, I've completed Tales of Symphonia multiple times. It is my favourite Tales of game that I've ever played. I think it is a brilliant game, an amazing story. Right at the end of the game is one of my most favourite parts. I'm not going to ruin it, but leading up to the final battle and the way things take effect in that area, I really love it. And Tales of Symphonia is an amazing game. Obviously, it had a direct sequel, Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, which is on the PlayStation 3 Twin Pack, because this comes in a Twin Pack with that. I've not actually replayed that. I've only played it once, right after I bought it upon release on the Wii. And it's still a good game, but it's not quite as good as this. And Lloyd doesn't have the same voice actor in that game as well. That's a pretty irritating thing for me when they don't have the same voice actors. But anyway, those are my first two pickups of the month. I am definitely looking forward to playing Tales of Symphonia yet again. So on to my next pickup, and this is a Vinted buy. I got this for £40. I initially sent him an offer of £35, but he rejected it. But he said I could have it for £40, and he said he was going to chuck in 2 more games as well. I don't even know what those 2 games are. The picture of it is this. It's a PlayStation 2 Slim. Why do I want a PlayStation 2 Slim? Basically, my PlayStation 2 that I bought off Facebook Marketplace probably 2 or 3 years ago now, has developed an issue. It won't read any PlayStation 1 games or PS2 games that are on CD-ROMs. I've tried cleaning it. I genuinely think the laser's pretty much just knackered on it, and the drawer comes out and it gets stuck like this. It does still load DVD-based games or DVDs, but they take a long time to be read to start with. So I've been looking for a PlayStation 2 to replace it with for quite a while. And at CEX now, a PS2 Slim, what is in this box, is £100 for an unboxed PS2. And I'm never going to find any justification in paying that. Obviously, people will say, you get a 5-year warranty with it now. Yes, you do. You obviously got to keep your receipt for all that time. I do wonder if you went back in like 4.5 years after buying an old console, what they would actually say, you know, if the laser's knackered on it after all that time. Oh my word, this is stuck down like carpet tape. Seriously, I wonder what CEX would say if you went back after, yeah, you know, 4.5 years and said, oh yeah, it stopped working. It doesn't read any discs anymore. Whether they would actually go, yeah, here you go, have another console, we'll just replace it. Or whether they would be like trying to make up excuses why they wouldn't give you another one or some kind of refund or something, to be fair. Because I can't imagine if you went into CEX and bought an NES or a SNES or a Mega Drive or a Dreamcast and played it every day for the next 4.5 years, that it would, oh my word, what on earth? Don't want to break my Games Workshop knife. I just can't imagine if you bought one that it would last that long. Oh my god. Seriously, this is like, it's put so much carpet tape on it to get it to stick. Oh, what on earth? Jesus Christ, that last got there in the end. Ugh, I think I might have knackered my blade on my Games Workshop knife. Right, okay, so I can see one of the games straight away. This is one of the additional games he's put in. Call of Duty 3. Never played it, no interest in Call of Duty games. And actually, it's actually in pretty good condition, to be fair. So the disc looks fine as well. I've no idea what that's worth. Probably worth about £2 or £3 at max, I imagine. Next game, this is one of the games that was actually bundled with it in the listing. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I've never played this, believe it or not. It's not in a very nice case. It's all mangled in the corner. I worked in Woolworths when this came out, and it was by far the most popular game that ever came out in all the years I worked there. It's actually really good condition. It's actually got, looks like, the map with it too, and the manual. So that's actually really cool. Yeah, this was literally the most popular game ever in the whole time I worked at Woolworths. We had pre-orders for it. We had tons of people coming in as soon as we opened that day. Kids coming in before school with their parents, so their parents could buy it for them. And all of them were like, "Oh no, it's for us. It's for the parent." Yeah, I'm sure it was. But that was such a popular game. Immensely popular. That, and I reckon Finding Nemo was probably the most other popular release I was ever involved with during my time at Woolworths, and that came out on DVD and VHS, because that was so popular. I could not believe how popular Finding Nemo was. We'll look at the other game next. Oh yeah, Vice City was the other game. Again, never played this. I've only ever played, no manual. I've only ever played one GTA game on the PS2, and that was Liberty City Stories. When that came out, I think that was a budget game. This one doesn't look very nice. It's got a blob of something there and a hair stuck to it. Again, I've got no interest in playing that, but I imagine that's probably only worth a couple of quid at CEX as well. Another game down the side. Oh my god. International Q Club, one of these budget games. It is complete. You know it's a budget game when it's on a blue CD-ROM. Is that blue or is it purple? I don't know, I'm colourblind. But I imagine this is probably a 50p game at CEX. So I don't really have any interest in keeping them. I'd have kept Vice City probably if it had a manual. San Andreas I might keep, although it's in a horrible case. But don't know, I'll have to think about it. Probably won't keep Call of Duty 3. If I was going to play Call of Duty 3, I'd probably play it on the Xbox 360. I think it came out on there as well. Right, onto the PlayStation itself. There's the power cable. So at least it's got that. It's got a load of blue kitchen roll on the top. Doesn't smell very good. Oh, it's got a silver control. Maybe it's a silver PlayStation. I can't even remember. Doesn't smell good. Smells like it's been in a smoker's home. The control pad actually looks... Not going to lie, the control pad looks immaculate. Way better than I thought it was going to. No idea what a silver PlayStation 2 pad's worth. CEX. Stale cigarettes. Literally one of my most least favourite smells in the world. I imagine the console's going to smell as well, which is really disappointing. It's really hard to get stale fag smell off stuff. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Right, there's a crappy AV cable. We don't care about that. That can go to CEX, don't want that. Oh my god, it smells. Just smells of stale fags. Is there anything else in there? What's that? What is this? Oh, that's the other part of the power cable, yeah. Forgot. Oh, stale fags. Oh my god. Imagine going into CEX and paying £100 for a console and it stinks of fags. Yeah, so at least I didn't. I paid £40 and it came with some games. So maybe it is a silver one. I honestly can't even remember. I literally looked at the price. It said it worked absolutely fine. Obviously, if it doesn't, it will go back. He's wrapped it in a lot of tissue paper. Kitchen roll. It is a silver one, yeah. I don't know if a silver one is actually worth more than a black one or not. Apart from this there, if you can see it, yeah, you can see it. Apart from that, it's actually in nice condition. It looks really good on the inside. The console doesn't actually smell that bad, to be fair, so that's good. It's the control pad. The control pad smells the worst. It looks okay, to be fair. So that, assuming that works, absolutely fine, and I can get rid of the smell on the control pad, I'll spray it with some like antibacterial spray or something. That's a huge saving, because I think a silver one is 110 for a slim silver PS2 at CEX. I think it's 110 plus those games. It would probably cost about £125 at CEX at a guess. So for £40, I think that is an absolute bargain. It'll probably be the best pickup in the whole video for the whole month of May, to be fair, because I doubt I'll find anything that is as good in terms of a bargain as that, assuming that works okay. In terms of my black PS2, I will actually put that on Vinted myself and try and sell it. I will be honest though, I am the kind of person that is honest in my description. I will say it does not read PS1 games or PS2 games on a CD-ROM. And hopefully, if I can sell it for £20, £25, I'll be relatively happy, because I think the fat ones sell for, I think they're £80 or £90 at CEX now as well. And I just think that is crazy. You are literally just paying for the warranty. You used to be able to pick PS2s up dirt cheap on Facebook for like 20 quid all over the place. They were really easy to find, but really difficult now because CEX have raised their prices. So many people, when they're selling them secondhand, are looking to get much closer to the prices that CEX have them at, and some of the time I just don't think that is realistic. Anyway, £40 for that, I think, is an absolute bargain. So moving on to some more pickups, although actually before I do mention some more pickups, I obviously tested that PlayStation 2 after making the video, turned it in, testing out the controller ports, the memory card ports. What I realized was that memory card port 2 does not work properly. It's very temperamental. Most of the times it felt the memory card wasn't in, and then it would register it and then it would think it's been unplugged. Very frustrating. But the most annoying part was the fact the control pad was broken. As soon as you plugged it in, the console thought that you're pressing down continually. Doesn't matter what I did, could not get it to work. I obviously got in touch with the Vinted seller, who feigned all knowledge of knowing that it was broken, claiming that it worked fine when it was posted. We agreed that they would give me a £10 refund out of the £40 cost. based on those two issues. That was fine. Then it got a little bit strange because they said, oh, send me your address and I'll send you the money. I promise you can trust me, is what they said, which was very strange. They wanted me to confirm the delivery basically and say everything was fine. I think so that then they could say, well, tough luck, you've accepted it. So I obviously put in a claim, put in their partial refund, wanted £10. They then sent me an offer of only a £5 refund. And I refused it and I said, we agreed on £10. You know, the silver control pad is actually worth, they cost £25 to buy at CEX. So I thought reducing the price by £10 was actually fair, especially considering the memory card port was naff as well. They refused. I just thought, stuff it, I'm just going to give them terrible feedback and just, well, not terrible, just fair and honest feedback is what I did. So that ruined their 5-star rating. That was their fault. Very frustrated. At the end of the day, it was cheap and I sold all those games that came with it for £9 straight away. I listed them on Vinted as soon as they came through the post after I made the video and sold them all straight away for £9. So I only ended up paying £31 for the PlayStation. And it does play all discs. It plays PS1 games and the PS2 games on CD-ROMs absolutely fine. So moving on to some more pickups that I've got since then. The first thing was a game I got off Vinted. It was £6, £8 something with fees and postage, and that is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I didn't even know I didn't even have this game anymore because I bought this game brand new when it came out, obviously years and years ago, just like Dragon Quest. But at some point, I assume I sold it for some reason. This was a game that I played loads when it came out, but I got to this point in the game where I was going up a mountain or something and I got stuck and I couldn't get past it. And you know what? I don't remember selling it. And I was just looking through it, looking through my games of the day because I actually felt like starting it over again and it wasn't there. And I was like, oh. So I found a copy for £6 plus the fees. So here it is. It is actually in really good condition. Both the discs, absolutely fine. I've just pulled that off there. Now I remember when this game came out, it actually came with an additional case with a DVD of something in. I can't remember what it was, but I had that with mine. Yeah, like I said, must have sold it or something. So that was the first thing out of this next batch. Now the next thing is 10 PlayStation 2 games that I picked up for £15. I've just literally been to Ledbury to get them now. They were on Facebook Marketplace for 20. I sent them a message saying, would you take 15? The woman said yes. So I thought, amazing, go there and fetch them. Now I looked at the games on their few titles. I thought, you know what? Yeah, they're probably worth a little bit. Now I didn't realize at that time when I messaged the person just how much some Need for Speed games are now on the PS2. And I was like gobsmacked by how much CEX sell them for. So as I go through these games, I will stick the price of what they cost at CEX as well, like I do whenever I make a video like this, which of course isn't very common because it's very hard to find good bargains on Facebook Marketplace. So let's get cracking with the first game, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. This is actually the only GTA game that I ever bought when it came out brand new. I bought it, I played it about twice, never played it again. That was years ago, obviously. This was in the bundle. I can probably sell this for £3 or £4. I don't know. I've not checked it. Like I said, I'll stick all the prices of the CEXs, stick all the CEX prices on the screen as I go through them. It's complete. It's in relatively good condition. The disc has got a couple of scratches on. I just looked at it. But if I was trading it in, I think CEX would still take it anyway. So that's the first one. Next one. This is a game I might actually keep because I don't own it. Never played one of these on the PS2 either. I've got the original trilogy on the PlayStation 1 on my PS3 as digital downloads. It's Spyro, what is it? Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Now, I've no idea how good this is. Again, really good condition, to be fair. It was a smoker, and they didn't smell great, so I've actually cleaned all the cases before making the video, but this is in pretty good condition as well. So that might be one that I keep. Again, don't know what that's worth, probably £2 or £3, I would assume. Next one, Tekken Tag Tournament. Now I think I own this now, actually. I think I picked it up. Yeah, I own Tekken Tag, so I'm going to sell this. This is probably worth £3 or £4 now. I can't remember. I've not actually checked the condition of this one. The disc looks absolutely immaculate, to be fair. It might even be in better condition than my own copy. Yeah, so Tekken Tag. I still haven't actually played mine because it's on a CD-ROM, so I couldn't actually test it when I bought it. Now I've got this other PlayStation 2. I can actually try that out and give it a go. Next one, we've got some of the Need for Speed games now. Need for Speed Undercover. I think this is one of the ones that's actually quite expensive. Some of them I looked at were like 15, 18 pounds each at CEX. I think this one might be. Like I said, the price will be on the screen from CEX anyway. I've never played any of these. The disc is in really good condition as well, and it's complete. It's got the manual. This must be one of the newer Need for Speeds because it's in one of the thinner, cheaper PlayStation 2 cases. So yeah, that one will probably get sold on, vinted or traded in, whatever it's worth trading. Need for Speed Underground. Now I think this one was meant to be really good. I think, if I remember rightly, I'd worked at Woolworths when this came out. Again, they're in complete and good condition. And a lot of the time, I wouldn't say, when I picked up things from people who smoke, I'm not being judgmental or anything, they tend not to be in great condition, but these are actually pretty decent. So that's another one. I don't know what that one's worth. Maybe that one's worth decent money as well. Don't know off the top of my head. Like I said, check out all the prices as they're going up on the screen. And then at the end, I'll give you a total of what these games would have cost at CEX, what they're worth as trading, and what they're worth as cash. Next one is Need for Speed Most Wanted, another Need for Speed game. I'm guessing this person was a fan of Need for Speed and Tekken. Of course, we'll get onto more Tekken in a second. Again, another game that's complete and in pretty good condition overall. So, yeah, not bad. Next one. This one's probably in best condition out of all the games in the pile, and that is Tekken 4. Again, it's another game I own. This was one of the platinum games I sold and swapped out for a non-platinum copy. Really good condition. It's even got the demo disc as well. So, yeah. Tekken 4 is a nice looking game as well. It supports progressive scan on the PS2. So it is one of the better looking fighting games on the console. Next up, classic PS2 game. This game's really good, but it's one that I own digitally on the PlayStation, that I bought from the PlayStation Store on the PS3, and that is Jak and Daxter, the original one, the Precursor Legacy. I think people forget that after the first 3 Jak games, there was a Jak racing game, and then they actually released another Jak and Daxter game on the PS2, and I think people completely forget this. And when I bought the HD trilogy on the PlayStation 3, it only has the first 3 games in there. It doesn't have the 4th one. I don't class the racing game as a mainline one, but the 4th game in the series isn't in there. It came out on the PS2 and the PSP. I can't remember. I think it's called Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier. I might be wrong. In fact, I'll stick it on the screen as well so you can see. I think that game's probably worth quite a bit now because it came out on the PS2, but I think it came out after the PS3 was already out. So, yeah, anyway, Jak and Daxter. No idea what that goes for. Probably £2 or £3. Next up, I don't think this game is good. And it's actually, I think, the only game which doesn't have a manual, and that is Tomb Raider 6, isn't it? Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness. I do already own this, I think. Yes, I own this, and I own the non-platinum version. So this is, A, it's not in a very good box, and B, I don't think it's worth anything at all. So this is going to have to probably be bundled with something else or given away to somebody or something like that. And last but not least, another game, and it's a game that I would have kept if it was in good condition. This is probably the worst condition game, and it's a platinum copy, and that is Crash Wrath of Cortex. I've got all the original Crash Bandicoot games again on the PS3 from the PlayStation Store. I bought them ages ago in a bundle offer, but this has got a ripped back case, and the cover is ripped underneath. It is complete, however, but again, don't know what this goes for. If it's got any decent trade value, I'll probably just trade it in. So yeah, 10 PS2 games for £15. And as I know, one of those Need for Speed games was £15 by itself at CEX. Instantly, that makes that an amazing deal. I'll stick all the totals up there of what it would have cost at CEX, what trade-in I would get if I traded them all in, and then what cash I would get as well if I took those 10 games to CEX. I genuinely think that is a fantastic bargain. So on to my last couple of purchases for the month. Now, in regards to those PlayStation 2 games in that bundle, 4 of them I traded in for £16 at CEX, which was more than the bundle cost me, and that actually funded my CEX Roulette purchase here. One of them, Spyro, was added to my PS2 collection, and the other 5 are going to be added to my giveaway pile, but we'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So we're going to start with the World of Books Roulette to start with. It was a Dreamcast game, and it was only £6 because I managed to find a 15% discount code for World of Books. Now, it's a game I already own, and the reason I bought it basically was because it was listed in very good condition, and it's really hard to get good quality Dreamcast cases for really cheap prices. And a lot of the time when you buy games online and you'll get them, they'll have broken hinges or broken teeth. So it's nice having spare cases. And this game, I can put it in one of my worst cases and sell it and easily get back the money that I bought it for. So it's not really a no-lose situation. If it's in rubbish condition, if it's broken, World of Books are great because you can get a refund for it. So basically, if this is broken or it's got broken teeth or it's got broken hinges, I'll just email them and they'll either say you can have a refund or a partial refund, or you can exchange it for another game of the same value. Because it was over £5, they may only refund like 25% of it or something, but hopefully it will be okay. And it's actually a game I covered in a First Impressions video recently. First Impressions of looking at the back of the box and the front of the box, although it's in very good condition. It's actually a copy of Metropolis Street Racer for £6, which is very, very cheap. Now, with a very good condition game at World of Books, it's supposed to have a case that opens properly like this. It's supposed to have all of its teeth on the spindle like this one does. And it's supposed to have, I think it's got it, the instruction manual as well. There is actually one tooth missing on the back of the case, but that's not too bad. In general, this case is actually very nice. The manual looks like it's never been taken out of the case, and it's actually still got all of the promo leaflets as well, although I reckon that has been housed in a smoker's home at some point in its life because it's got a lingering staleness to it. But for £6, the disc looks okay as well. That's a game that I can utilise the case for and then sell the game basically for that much, maybe even actually sell it for more than £6 back. So it's always nice to have a decent condition case as a backup case basically, because like I said, it's hard to get Dreamcast cases or Dreamcast games in general that are really cheap. A lot of the times if you order the cheaper ones off CEX, they'll come and they will be in broken cases. Even though they say they don't take them in if they've got broken hinges and broken teeth and stuff, they always do. Now, on to the CEX Roulette, and this is actually a Dreamcast game as well. It's actually a Dreamcast game I've always wanted to play on the Dreamcast ever since it came out, and I've never played it on there, ever. I saw it cheap on World of Books probably a couple of years ago on the PS1, and I bought it on the PS1, and it's not very good on the PS1. And I think the Dreamcast version is meant to be relatively good. And while they've actually they never do this with these, remember, they've actually put some bubble wrap around it. That's the first time someone's ever done that with a CEX Roulette purchase. It's got a crack in the front of the case, so it's a good job I've got a spare case straight away. In fact, this case is pretty manky in general. The game is Hydro Thunder. Never played it on the Dreamcast, and I've always thought it looked really good. It has absolutely no teeth in the front of the case. Now, they've told me they won't take Dreamcast games when they're like that, but clearly they have. It has all the teeth and the manual in the back, although someone's written on the manual in probably marker pen, a P, which is annoying. The case has got like blue ink stains on there as well. This isn't even a cheap Dreamcast game. It's £15 now, which I think is actually quite a lot. I think the inlay and stuff is okay. Once I put that in that MSR box, I think it'll be all right, and then I'll sell the MSR probably on Vinted in this box for like £6 or £7. So it should work out okay. The disc looks very good, probably like it's hardly ever been played. So this game is going to feature in one of the remaining First Impressions videos that I've got left in my Dreamcast series. So I think we're on episode, as of recording this, there are 6 episodes out, so that'll be in one of the remaining 4 episodes for that. And I'm actually looking forward to playing Hydro Thunder. Quite a bit, actually, to be fair. Now, we've got those PS2 games going in my giveaway pile. How is that going to work, you ask? So those games are Need for Speed, Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness, Tekken 4, Jak and Daxter, and Tekken Tag. So basically, these are going to be split up into 2 groups. Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag are going to be paired together. and the other 3 PS2 games are going to be grouped together as well. To go with the other games that we've already got, should have got them out before. Where are they? Oh, something just fell off. So the other games already in our giveaway pile are Persona 5 Tactica, Risen, and Hero School Score. What is this? I always forget what it's called. Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story 2. Now, like I've said previously on all my videos, once we hit 10 channel members, the giveaways will start and games will be given away every month. Basically, all channel members are automatically entered into the draws, and I will just draw one name at random per month, and they will be able to pick one of the giveaway games now, because we've obviously got this pile. We've got 3 here. We've now got this stack of 3 PS2 games, and we've got the Tekken ones as well, and also the new game coming into this giveaways pile, this month's giveaway title being added to the pile is what I should say, is a copy of Tales of Symphonia Remastered, which is obviously a game that I showed you earlier on in the video. I've actually cut out the audio from it because I got completely confused and started talking about it being a title that I picked up last month. It was actually one that I picked up at the very start of this month. Because it's so cheap and it's such a good piece, you know, I think it's a really nice set for the price. I thought, you know what, this will be a good one to have in my giveaway. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a brand new game every month, all you have to do is become a channel member. You also get early access to any videos that I upload as well. Again, no pressure at all. What we will be doing though, once we hit 3,000 subscribers, is be doing an open giveaway. So basically, I will have a competition on the page and anybody will be free to enter as long as they're subbed, they like the video, and they can answer the question that I pose. The winner will be able to pick one game from the giveaway part. But of course, I will talk more about that at the time when we hit 3,000 subscribers. That is all my pickups for this month. Let me know down below what you think was the very best one. And like always, I'll be back this time next month with some more pickups. Goodbye for now.